Hi everybody, Judy Tuttle here with Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midland, Texas. I'm so happy to be with you here today. We are starting a new series this week of online classes to go. And today's cards and tomorrow's and Wednesday's 3D project will all center around the Friendly Seagulls stamp set that is in the Celebration catalog. This is a stamp set that you can get for free with any $60 purchase. If you don't have it already, you will need it if you want to take this online card class to go. To get the card class, you put in a, hi Laura and Linda, thank you so much for coming in. You have to put in a $45 order in my online store. If you place a $60 order, you can get the Friendly Seagulls if you don't have it already. And I also throw in a package of embellishments to your card class to go. So this is what we're focusing on this week, the Friendly Seagull stamp set. And I said Wednesday, but this week is only going to be today and tomorrow. And the reason why is I fly out early Wednesday morning to go on a little trip to Florida with my husband. So I will not be here Wednesday. So I'll be here right now, and I will be here tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for a really cool fun fold card. I love it. And then a 3D project as well, all made with the Friendly Seagulls stamp set. Okay. All right. Before we go into that a little bit more, I want to talk to you about some things that are coming up. Memorable Blooms card class. This is a card class that's a little easier. I wouldn't say it stamps, ink, and paper because we do have some dyes involved and a little coloring involved. Hi, Kim. Thanks for coming from Oregon. Aloha to you today. And so this is the bundle we'll be using for the casual card class. Now, this is on February 22nd. And you can come here to my house in Midland, Texas, or you can get it to go in the mail. You will get everything that in-person people get, a PDF of all the instructions, all the parts pre-cut for you. I cannot include the Memorable Bloom stamp set and dies, okay? That is an extra add-on. So when you click on the registration link, you'll see that you have the opportunity to buy that for yourself if you need it, okay? So that's coming up on February 22nd. I'll be sure to include the link to that up in my description after this video is over, okay? Next, our February craft along will officially go live tomorrow. And this is what we're doing this time. We are so excited about this. So this is the bundle we'll be using. And the cool thing about the bundle is that it has these great sentiments with these beautiful fonts, large sentiments. There are masks where you can do some masking, so that'll be fun. We're going to also get these dies. Hi, Imelda. I'm talking about my February craft along using the Link Together bundle. And if you get the craft along, which means I send the kit out to you before I do it on Facebook and you can craft along with me, we are including a craft ink pad and re-inker. We are including a blending brush. We are including a whole pack of antique pearls, and that would be $45 ship. So all that product plus everything to make 6 cards, 2 each of 3 designs, and a 3D project. So we're super excited about that. The link to that will go out tomorrow. I'll be sure to keep you guys posted on that. It closes on the 12th, okay? So if you want in on the craft along, I will need you to make your purchase by the 12th, okay? All right, next, keep in mind, we're still in celebration. Celebration does not end until the end of February. And tomorrow, Stampin' Up! Is coming out with all new celebration items. They haven't told us yet what that is, but it's usually, if I'm going with past history, which tends to repeat itself, it's usually products from the annual catalog that are still available and that you can get for free. Free is free, right? It's always great to be free. Thank you. I did have a fabulous weekend, Kathy. It was it was an amazing weekend. And I had a whole stack of cards that I wanted to show you guys today, but I left them in the kitchen. So I'll have to do that tomorrow. When I come live at 10 a.m. Okay, so Toadstools is a free class you will get in the 1st of March. We will be using the terrific Toadstools bundle and also the Toadstool Gardens designer series paper that's a celebration. I will include that. I'll include the celebration ribbon and purple embellishments that will all go beautifully with this class. You will make 5 projects and I will send it all to you in the mail for free if you spend a total of $180 or more in January and February with me in product in my online store or through me. Okay. All right. And last, you can still get in on the join special. You can get the stamp set and 2 packs of markers plus anything you want, totaling $125. For only $99 with free shipping. So, if you have been on my team before, I would love to have you back. If you are new to me and you're thinking about joining a team so that you can save 20% off all your purchases, I would be happy to have you join my team as well. Nobody on my team does what I do, so don't think I can't do what Judy does. You don't have to. And you could, by the way. I'm not doing anything that takes rocket science, just courage sometimes. But if you would just like to join my team to get 20% off, now is the time to do it. It's a great time to join, okay? All right, I'm going to move over to my hands here. Thanks, everyone, for being here. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to show you, like I said, we are using the Friendly Seagulls for this week's class. And that is on page 6 of the celebration catalog. It includes 12 photopolymer stamps, and you get that free with a $60 purchase. I am also using today the fruit salad paper, which is also free with a $60 purchase. And I will be using from the mini catalog. I put some markers here. Let's see, let me get there. The Friends of the Sea paper. This paper looks really cute with the seagulls as well. And I wanted to show you close up where that link together is in the mini catalog, which is on pages 48. Thank you. 48 and 49. So you can get a close-up look at those masks. That's awesome. The dies, like I said, you're going to get a blending brush. You're going to get craft stamp pad with re-inker. You're going to get an adhesive sheet. You're going to get some embellishments. Awesome. This is going to be awesome and fun. So think about joining my craft along. The link to that will be up tomorrow, okay, during my Facebook Live. So be putting that on your calendar. Okay, so let's get started. I love our projects today. We're going to do 3 cards today. Here is the first one. And this one is so cute, right? And believe it or not, this DSP that's in the background, this Coastal Cabana, the Daffodil Delight, and the Granny Apple Green are all from that fruit salad designer series paper that you can get for free. Hi, Jan. Oh, you're snowy, huh? Good luck with that. Also, I have to tell you that on all of our cards today, we're using these awesome embellishments. Let me see if I can put my hands on them here. I pulled them out. Oh, here, I see I put them right where I needed them first. Imagine that. We are using these embellishments here. These are the Riverside Irregular Pearls. And this was part of that Otters, the adorable Otters, amazing Otters, Otterly Amazing, that is what it's called, suite. But you can buy them individually, and they're so fun. Definitely look like little pearls, little oysters, little seashells. So cute with these cards, okay? So I'm going to put this together with you. And you'll see how fun and easy these cards are to put together this week, okay? So we're starting with a Coastal Cabana card base, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored down the middle at 4.25. Now, like every week, I'm also going to do tomorrow a fun fold, which is incredible. And I usually do my 3D project on Wednesday, but if you weren't here at the beginning, I'm going to Florida on Wednesday morning. So I'm going to do both tomorrow. The fun fold and the 3D project will be both tomorrow. Okay, so this is a piece of real red that is cut 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 is the size of that. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I'm going to add some adhesive to the back and add this to my card front right here. I've heard there are people who don't like the seagulls, but I think they're stinking cute. I love the seagulls. I'm having a lot of fun playing with them this week for this online card class to go, and using a lot of different types of papers with it as well. So, okay, so I've got my basic white that's cut 3 3/4 by 5 going right on top of the red here. So that red is just peeking out just a tiny bit, okay? Then I have a real red panel that is 3 1/4 by 3 1/2, 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, and then I have a white that's just a little bit smaller than that. So this is 3 1/8 by 3 3/8 that's fitting inside of that. So I'm going to put this inside of that. I'm starting with my simplest one, I would say. You want to tune in, even if you're not crazy about the seagulls, tune in tomorrow for my fun fold, because I think it's a fun fold you could use with lots of different projects, and you're going to like seeing it, okay? So now this, well, maybe I'll put these on first. These are 3 pieces of that fruit salad paper, but we're going to be using the back sides here, okay? Hi, Becky Hall. Nice to have you here today. So this is the back sides of that fruit salad paper. I'm using the one that is like Coastal Cabana dots. This is going to go right here at the very top. I'm going to kind of center it top and left and right like that. And then the bottom is going to be this granny apple green piece here. These are all cut 1 inch by 3 inches. Okay, I think I failed to say that. I got distracted by my friend Becky coming in. So that is going to go right there. And then this last one is the opposite side of that banana paper, and it's going to be sandwiched right in between. So I found that if you do the top and bottom first, you can get the center centered a little bit better. There we go, right like that. Now I can put this whole panel on my card front right here. And it's going to go right like that, right there. Okay, so the next thing I did is I took 2 pieces of the, I'm looking at something so I can remember the name. Soft Waves, that's what I thought it was. I used my 2 1/4 inch punch. You can tell this is well loved. See if I can, nope, it's well up. 2 1/4 inch, trust me on this. It's been scratched up because I've used it so much. And I cut 2 circles, one for, actually, let's go back. The Coastal Cabana one was cut with a 2 1/2 inch circle, and I ran it through the Soft Waves embossing folder, which is part of the Friends of the Ocean suite. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some seal right here, and I'm going to adhere this ran through with the Soft Waves embossing folder, Coastal Cabana, 2.5 inches, and this is going to go right like that, right in that part right there. Okay, now I have some basic white baker's twine here, and I'm going to just loop this around and put it kind of right underneath where this seagull is going to go. So I'm going to put some adhesive right there. I'm just going to loop this around. Maybe I'll go this way. Let's go this way. Right on top of that Seal Plus right there. Right like that. Okay, so now I have a circle that I have cut out of the 2.25 inch circle punch with basic white. And I'm going to grab my seagull. Let me get my stamping mat here. I'm going to grab my seagull and stamp it in Memento Black right here on my circle. Cute, right? And then my little French fries are going to go right next to him right here. I don't know. This one looks like a boy to me. He's being a little cheesy, right? Okay, so I'm going to color this. Not that girls can't be cheesy. Don't write me and say, Judy, can only girls be cheesy? Of course not. Okay, so I've got some blends here. I'm starting with, this is gray granite, and I want smoky slate. So I'm going to pull those right there. So I'm going to start by coloring his little tail right here and his wings with smoky slate. Go around the little French fries right there. Same here. Like that. And my hamburger right there is going to be that as well. Okay. Then the French fries are going to be Daffodil Delight. There we go. I forgot about his little beak, which is going to be Light Pumpkin Pie. And his feet are going to be Light Pumpkin Pie as well. I'm going to color my French fry here. Package with basic red, real red, light. I just used light, real red. Here we go. And then I'm going to add the buns in crumb cake right there. Okay, so now this cute guy is going to get popped up right here on my card. Those little baker's twines are just going to kind of pop out to the side right there. And he's going to get popped up right here on the bottom. But before I do that, I'm going to grab a piece of real red, and I ran it through with the skinniest. Hi, Jackie. Nice to have you here. That's okay. I'm just on the first card. And I'm going to stamp this to say, hello, friend. No. Yeah. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. Here it is. Hey, friend in Memento Black ink. And I'm going to stamp it more to the right then to the left. Ah, that was complete disaster here. Good thing I have another one handy. Okay, let me get my head in here. Get this good and straight. There we go, much better. Okay, so I saw a demonstrator's Instagram last week, and it was like, if you only knew how many pieces of paper we throw away before we go live, like how many tries we take when designing cards and such, that we end up putting in the trash can, right? So what you see is our perfected version, but sometimes it's not that perfect. Okay, so I'm going to attach this right here to the bottom of this seagull. And so I'm going to go to my silicone mat here. I'm going to add some seal to the top of this. And this is going to get adhered right underneath my seagull right there. Okay. Now this whole thing is going to get popped up right here on the front of my card, right like that. Okay. So this one is probably the easiest of the three that I'm doing today. Super easy. I'm attaching this with some dimensionals. And there's not a lot of sentiments to choose from in this bundle. And we decided, me and Monica, you know, my friend who collaborates with me, that we were going to stick to the sentiments in the stamp set for this one. So there you go. So cute, right? Oh, thanks, Kathy. You're so encouraging all the time. Okay, so now I'm going to these Riverside pearls, right? And I'm going to add a few of these onto my card front here. Cute. One more little one right down here. And then for the inside, all I did is take a piece of basic white, cut 4 by 5 1/4 here. And I'm going to stamp I love you more than French fries on the inside. This is actually sentiment we're going to use several times with this online card class together. That's what these seagulls are all about. I love you more than, there we go. We're going to put French fries right down here underneath this. And I'm going to stamp that French fry package one more time. Right there. We're going to color it in the same way we did before with some real red for the French fry package. Some crumb cake for the bun. And some Daffodil Delight for the fries. I love French fries. So if I say to you, I love you more than French fries, you know I love you a lot because I really love French fries. Good French fries, right? Okay, so putting this away. And this is our first card done. All I need to do is adhere this to the inside of our card base. Isn't it a fun stamp set? It's just different, right? You know, usually I'm kind of a flower girl, flowers, butterflies, that sort of thing, but sometimes it's fun to be whimsical, right? My grandkids would love this card. So super cute, super easy. That is card number 1 done for you. I hope you guys like it. Okay, now we're going to go to card number 2. Pull out these in case I need them later. card number 2 is this adorable I love you, I love you, I love you. It's just really 2 I love yous, but it opens this sideways. It uses that Friends of the Ocean paper. You guys know I love bright colors. And again, it says, I love you more than French fries on the inside. How much do I love you? I love you. I love you more than French fries. So let's make this one together. All right, so this time I am starting with a card base that is a 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I kind of liked that this one opened sideways. Okay, I have a piece of Calypso coral here that is going to go on the front, and this is 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. It's going to go right here on the front. Okay, this is my designer series paper, and what I did is I cut one whole panel that was 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, and then I cut 1 inch off the bottom, and I'm just going to flip it over right like that. I'm going to use the opposite side. Hi, Bill. Oh, I'm sorry you had to shovel snow. I do not miss that at all. People kept saying, you'll miss the snow, and I promise you with all my heart that I do not miss the snow. William, I can't remember where you live. Remind me. Somewhere that has snow right now, right? So that's going to go right there at the top. And this one is going to go right here at the bottom. I'm going to leave an even edge all the way around. So it might overlap just the tiniest bit if it needs to. But that will be okay. But I'm going to turn it sideways here. Make sure I get an even edge all the way around. Right like that. Cute, right? I'm going to grab my, put some of these things away. I'm going to grab my linen thread. I like to pull it a little bit so that it's not so curly. Okay, this is going to get wrapped around my card here 2 times and tied over here on the left side. So I need to make sure I have a tail long enough here. It's going to go around twice, once, twice, cut it off over here. Going to go right over where that seam is, and I'm going to tie it in a bow here on the left side. Now, if it's a little loose, it's going to be okay because I can tighten it in the back if I need to. There we go. And you know what? It doesn't feel too loose. It feels okay. There we go. Cut the tails off a little bit here. Okay, now I can adhere this directly to my card front right here. Super cute, right? Don't you love those bright colors? Oh my goodness. You're in Wisconsin. Nice. I took a vacation in Wisconsin once. I went to Door County and Eagle River, and we loved Eagle River. We ended up staying there for several days at this awesome bed and breakfast that was also an old loggers home, which was beautiful, right on a lake. And then we made the mistake, and I say this, it just wasn't our cup of tea of Wisconsin Dells. It was too crowded. We were tired. Just wasn't what we were hoping for. But we did go to, what's the Noah's Ark Water Park, right? Okay, so I have another piece of Calypso coral. This one is 3 by 3. And then I cut a piece of Coastal Cabana that was just a tiny bit smaller, 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And I ran it through that same Soft Waves embossing folder to give a little seaside feel to it. So this is going to get adhered right into the center of this Calypso coral panel right here, and it's going to be just the tiniest edge all the way around. There we go. Okay, then I have 2 pieces of crumb cake paper, and one is just the ripped off the top of the other one. Okay, so this one, it's not lining up right, but you guys know what I mean. I just ripped the top off of this, and this was 2 inches by 2 7/8 inches, and I just ripped it and ripped it, and so I have 2 panels like this. One of them is going to go below the other one, right like this, and look like sand on the seashore. Okay, so I'm going to grab my mat here. I have a blender brush, and I have my crumb cake ink pad, and I'm going to ink these up along the top edge. And I'm going to do the same thing with this piece that is torn on both edges here. Add some sand looking, brushing on some color there. Okay, now I'm going to keep my crumb cake ink pad out, because what I'm going to do on both of these is I'm going to add some seashells. This one more at the top because the other piece is going to go below it. It's going to be very slight. And then I have some sand. And this is all in that seashells stamp pad. Imelda, if you're still here, I have your order here at my house. I'll reach out to you later today and see how I can get that to you. So I'm just adding some little pebbles to give it the look of, you know, beach, a beachy look. Nice. Yeah, I agree, Bill. It was a little too commercialized for us, and it wasn't what we were expecting, I think, too, you know. We were expecting, okay, so this piece I'm going to add onto the top of this one. There we go. It's going to give a beachy scene to ground my seagulls right here at the bottom of that, okay? And we were at the end of our vacation. So we did take the kids. They were young at the time. I think they were like 4th and 5th grade. We did take them to Noah's Ark water park for a day. And then we just decided to go home. We were just all ready. So that is what we did. There we go. Okay, so this is my panel that is going to end up going right on top right here. And I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of this, okay? But I think Wisconsin is beautiful. We had lots of great memories there. Oh, yay! I'm leaving town, Imelda, on Wednesday, so I'm going to get it to you before I leave. Or if you want me to leave it on the front porch for you, I can do that as well. Just let me know. Okay, so there we go. There's my my picture frame, right? I'm going to grab a piece of basic white designer series paper, and I'm going to stamp here my 2 little seagulls. So I have this one that is kind of looking over his shoulder. Right like that. I have this one that looks like he's shouting. Put him down here. Let me see. I'm going to fussy cut these out so they can be pretty close. And then I'm going to stamp the I love you a couple of times using that Coastal Cabana ink. And it's going to be okay if I get the other part that says more than, but I'm just going to cut it off anyway. So it's not going to matter. I'm making sure I've got the black ink off of this from my last card. And I'm going to stamp it twice here on this scrap piece of white that I have right here. So all I care about is the I love you. I'm going to do it 2 times. Okay. And I can put that away for now. I'm going to color my birds. And I'm going to color them just like I colored the last one. I'm going to use my smoky slate. Okay, so the gray granites I'm going to put away. The whole wing is going to be light. Okay, all right, like that. Yep. The stripe is going to be the dark, so I'm going to fill that in with the dark right there. Okay. I'm going to use my pumpkin pie for the beaks. And their little feet here. And since both of these fellas are going to be standing on the sand, I decided to take my crumb cake and go around their little feet here. And that way, I think if we get white around it, we won't be tempted to cut too close, and it'll still blend in with the sand that they will be standing on. And it won't be such stark white around the legs, and give us a little freedom not to cut their legs off on accident. Don't want that to happen, do we, Brenda? We've known that to happen. Okay, so I'm going to start cutting this out. I'm going to cut I love you. And I'm just going to cut it right off the more than. I'm going to cut the more than right off there. There we go. Save those for a second. And then I'm going to cut around my seagulls here real quick. Fussy cut around them. And I can get pretty close to the bird. Try to leave as little white as I can. But the feet, we don't want to get too close to because we don't want to cut them off. So, in my experience with seagulls, they will eat anything you leave, and they will hover over you while you're eating on the beach. So, you have to be careful. They can be kind of, what do I want to say, aggressive, right? I've seen kids, even children, get them snatched right out of their hands, their food. Hot dogs and French fries and popcorn. They're scavengers for sure. Okay. When we were in Mexico, do you know what was scavenging around us? Iguanas. It was so crazy. We started eating and we could hear the rustling of the bushes that were behind us. And all of a sudden, like 3 iguanas were sitting right next to us, like staring at us. Like, you are going to share that with us. You may not know it yet. See, I almost cut that little leg off. going to get it not so close here. There we go. Oops. Got a little too close on that leg right there. Thinking about iguanas instead of keeping my seagulls whole. But that was kind of scary. Yes, I know, Kathy. Um, I did that too. We took the ferry to Washington Island, and that was so fun. I saw the Christmas store. We got some bikes and biked around. I did love Washington Island, Becky. That is fun. Um, and you Michigan people, I really love Mackinac Island. I went on a girls' trip there um, a few years back, and we had a beautiful time in Mackinac Island. That was fun as well. Okay, so almost done fussy cutting this cute seagulls out. Probably should have done this ahead of time, but I didn't. They aren't that hard. They're not that hard to fussy cut out. I just feel like I'm filling in the time with all my babbling and maybe boring you to death. So anyway, I did go to Washington Island, Becky, and we took the kids there. There was an ostrich farm there that was fun. And they talked about how the only reason they had bears is because they walk on the ice across the water when it's icy. Isn't that a crazy story? That they would walk all the way across to get to the island. I thought that was an interesting fact. Okay, so here we go. I feel like this is a little crooked. Let's see if I can straighten it out just a tad here. There we go. All right, so this little guy, and I need to get a little more around his mouth here. This little guy is going to go right here. And you see how since I'm going to cut a little bit away there. I hope I don't cut his leg off here. Okay. Because I'm almost dead. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this guy's going to go here, and because I put crumb cake around his legs, it kind of blends in a little bit more. You don't get those wonky legs just kind of, glaring at you, I guess is what I would say. They were pretty big. What size? A small dog size, maybe, I would say. Sue, thank you so much, Becky White. I appreciate that. So there we go. There's one of my little birdies. This other one is going to go right here. And I just realized I didn't cut around his legs either. I must have been in a rush with this one. I'm going to make sure I don't get as close as I did on the last one. Okay. There we go. I didn't know you were from Kentucky, Becky White. That's fun. I lived in Ohio, right near where Linda Vertz lives. In fact, our high schools were rivals. Her high school always won. But now my high school, Wayne High School, is always in the state playoffs. They're really good now, but they were not good when I was there. They were not good at all. Okay, so I'm taking my little I love yous, and I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the back and attach it right here like he's screaming it. Hey, I love you, I love you. And then it's like she goes, how much do you love me? And he's getting ready to tell her in the inside. Okay, there we go. I love you. Cute. And then the inside opens sideways like this. I have a piece of basic white. It's going to go right there. I also have a piece of the DSP, and this is what I do. I craft and I lose things. Here it is right here. So this piece of designer series paper is going to go right up the side here. You know, bring the outside to the inside. Yes, I have pictures of them on my Facebook page, Sue. How they, one of them like sat right on my beach chair. Of course, I had very quickly moved out of it by then. But to me, the scariest part of them, and I guess they're not harmful, but the scariest part to me was the rustling of the bushes behind us when they were coming out for us. That was a little intimidating. Okay, so let me grab my Coastal Cabana again here. And I'm going to stamp I love you more than right here. French fries right here. And then we're going to stamp the French fry box right in between them here. And this time I am going to color it a little bit differently. I'm going to use my pumpkin pie for the package. Cute, huh? Again, the crumb cake for the hamburger on the front, and the Daffodil Delight for the fries. Cute. All right, let me put all my inks away here before I get everything in there. And then this is going to get adhered right to the inside right here. Kind of sounded like Jurassic Park. You remember when the dinosaurs, they could hear them coming? Kind of surprised us because we didn't know there were so many hanging around us there. But okay, and now I'm going to grab some of my embellishments here. Let's see, I have that light color, and I think I have one that is more blue that I pulled out, but maybe I need to open this package. I like these blue ones that are right here at the bottom. See, they go from white to gray to a little more blue. These are called the Riverside Irregular Pearls. Something you might want to add, although if your order $60 or more, I'll give you a package of these. These are part of that Utterly Amazing suite. And then I'm going to put a big one like right up here to kind of balance that all out. There we go. There's card number 2. Do you guys love that one? Isn't it cute? I like the beach scene there. And I love you more than French fries inside. Okay, let me put this one away. And we have one more. Grab my things. Let me kind of straighten up everything here. Okay, so our last card is using that Country Woods paper. I made another card a couple weeks ago, but look at this one. So instead of those being French fries, it's going to be the branch of a flower. And this little seagull is saying, "Hey, friend." And it's very simple on the inside. So made so that you can make this a card for any occasion, okay? All right, so we're starting with a Misty Moonlight card base, cut 5.5 by 8.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. Let me put this away real quick. I'm going to go ahead and do, maybe I shouldn't put that away. I'm going to go ahead and do the inside of our card base here. I'm going to go back to that crumb cake again. We're just trying to show you lots of options with papers and colors and the different kinds of looks you can get with the seagulls. So I am just blending some sand at the bottom of this basic white right here. Then I'm going to do just what I did on the others. Cute, Sue. You're adorable. All right, so then I'm going to add some sand. I don't know why I put my crumb cake away. I'm going to need that here. I'm going to put some sand across the bottom here. Okay, add some seashells. There we go. And then this can go right on the inside of this card. And then we'll have the inside done and just focus on the outside. Okay, so here we go. So I hope you guys will think of taking this online card class to go for this week. You'll want the seagulls. So if you don't have them, be sure to put in an order for 60 so that you can get the seagulls in your order. All right, there we go. And now I did something early just by mistake, but it's nothing different than what I did on the last card. I took a piece of crumb cake cardstock that was 1 inch by 4 1/4 inches. I ripped off the edge. I blended it with the brush and I stamped some sand and some seashells across the bottom. Okay, so I did the same thing I've been doing on the other cards. And I'm going to add some adhesive here. I didn't purposely want to keep that from you. I was watching TV last night and I did it and I thought I'm just going to use it. There we go. Right across the bottom of our card right there. There's a little hanging over, so I'm going to cut that off. I always make my 4 1/4 and 5 1/2 just a little longer so that it's always better to have extra than not enough. Okay, now I have a piece of that Country Woods paper, and this is one of my favorite pieces because it has the variation of wood grains. There's that petal pink showing up there, misty moonlight. We have basic beige, pool party. So I have a pool party panel here that is 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. It's going to go right here on my card front to the left side. 5 1/4, 2 1/4. Okay, right like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece, and because I want a little bit of my petal pink to show, I'm going to put the petal pink at the top. It doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong. Okay, so I'm going to put some seal on the back side of this, and adhere that right to the top. This is 2 inches by 5 inches. Okay, 2 inches by 5 inches. It's going to go right like that. Now I have a postage die cut all ready for us, and this is the one that's 2 inches by about 2 3/4 inches. It's basic white. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put some crumb cake here at the bottom. Add some seashells. Just a little bit at the bottom right there. Add some seashells across here. Okay. And then I've got my blue blending brush, and I've got my Pool Party ink pad here, and I'm going to ink it up at the top. So I am excited about going to Florida on Wednesday. We'll be there Wednesday through Saturday. I hope I see some seagulls. If I do, I'll take a picture and post it on my page. If I see a seagull eating a French fry, that would be magical, right? There we go. So Pool Party at the top right there. I've got my linen thread, and I counted up 4 notches. 1, 2, 3, 4 on either side. 1, 2, 3 right here. And that is where I'm going to wrap my linen thread around. Okay. So I'm going to go in this 4th notch right here. What have you guys got planned? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. What do you got planned for the rest of the day? I have I have 2 Zoom meetings today. One is with an accountability group that I'm a part of, and that'll be tonight. And the other one is a training. I train with Rhonda Wade, and this is a paid, like, more intense training with some awesome demonstrators there's only 8 of us in the group, and she really hits us hard with accountability and pushing us out of our comfort zones and all of that. And I thrive on that. I need people to do that for me. So I owe a lot to her for my success, because a lot of what she has said is what I have pushed through to do, and it has brought me some success. So that's always nice, right? Okay, now just to keep this in place right here, I'm going to put a dimensional over that. I'm going to she can be hard. I will admit I've cried before, but that's what makes us better, right? Okay, we don't need people just to keep telling us to keep doing the same thing, right, when we need to push. So that's what I love about her. All right, so I'm going to grab my Memento Black here. I'm going to stamp that seagull that is holding those fries in his mouth, but this time those fries are going to become the branch for the flower. Okay, so this one's going to get colored a little bit differently. His stripes here are going to be dark gray granite, and the branches are going to be dark gray granite. Okay, I'm going to use the light gray granite just for the very tip of his wings right here, and his little tail back here. I am again going to use, actually I'm going to use Daffodil Delight for his beak and his feet this time instead of for the French fries. There we go. And I'm going to do what I did a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to grab my Pool Party. Let me grab the light one here. And I'm going to ink around his whole body with this Pool Party. And that's going to allow him not to have white edges when I fussy cut. A little in there. There we go. Right like that. I'm going to fussy cut him out. Can you guys hear Rory? I don't know what she is barking at, but she's in the doghouse today, literally. Oh my gosh. If you guys have any tricks to keep your dog from eating your shoes, I know Some of you are going to say, why don't you put them up and keep them off the floor where she can't get them? And I always think I do until they're in her mouth. But I have these slides that I really like from the company called UFOs. And UFOs designs their shoes to be specifically great for people who have issues with plantar fasciitis. And she has chewed up, they should make dog toys made from this product because she has chewed up 3 pairs in the last 6 months. My husband says no more. I'm very sad. So yesterday I came home from church and she had chewed up one side of my UFOs again. And then this morning I was so careful. Like I made sure I shut my closet door. She comes in when I'm showering and likes to steal things out of the closet. So you have to just be thinking all the time, what could Rory get into? Well, I didn't think she got into anything until I found my brand new house slippers chewed up in the living room this morning. So that dog. We are making signs for our cookie booth on February 15th. Aw, how cute is that, Sue? I love that. Okay, so you see now how because I outlined him in that pool party, he kind of just blends in to the background, right? You don't get that white edge on him. So I'm going to, I love that you do that. That is super sweet, Sue. Okay, so he's going to get popped up right over that string right there. Cute. And then I have already cut out a flower from the Heartfelt bundle that's also a part of Celebration. I should have pointed that out to you. Heartfelt bundle has these cute detailed hearts. And I'm going to put a mini dimensional on the back. And I'm going to adhere it right next to that, but it's going to look like that stem is attached to that flower, right like that, okay? And then I'm going to start putting on some of my embellishments. I'm going to pop this up right here. How cute is that? I love it. So for those of you who came in a little bit later, tomorrow I'm going to do both the Fun Fold and the 3D item tomorrow since I'm going out of town on Wednesday. So I will be back here at 10 a.m. tomorrow with a 3D project and a Fun Fold that is incredible. I can't wait for you guys to see it. You're going to love it. Okay, so I'm grabbing a 1/2-inch piece of Misty Moonlight. I have my stamp that says, "Hey friend." I need to clean the black off of this real quick. And Misty Moonlight is what I'm going to stamp it in. There we go. Cute. Do you like the colors on this one or do you like the bright colors more? Or maybe it's just the design. They're all pretty cute, I have to say. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to put flat glue under the hay and a dimensional under the end of Friends. So flat seal is going to go right here because it's going to overlap that postage stamp die. And here's my dimensionals. I'm going to put one right here on this end. Go right like that. Super cute. And now all I have to do is add some of my pearly dots here. Got one right there. Looks like I lost one on this puppy. I'm going to put my baby one kind of right here next to it. And then another larger one right down here in the corner. Right like that. So there's card number 3. Here's the inside. So let me line them all up here for you. So these are the 3 cards. You will make one of each of these if you decide to take the online card class to go. Here's card number 2 that we made. Let me know what your favorite is so far. I don't know. Tomorrow's Fun Fold may win it all, I think. But so here are the 3 cards we made today. Aw, thanks. Thanks, Sue. Thanks, everybody. I love these colors as well, but I love brights, so I can't say I don't like any of them. So I hope you don't not like any of them as well. That was hard to say. All right, so I'm going to pull. Here, let me move these down just a tad here. Ah, they're so cute. Okay, I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to move to my face. Thank you for coming, sharing your, I don't know what's going on with my hair there, sharing your lunchtime with me today. Send me some likes and some loves. Share me out to your friends. That's always helpful. And I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time. Like the salt from the sweat. Try a little Oh! Good idea, Christina. Thank you. Thanks for joining me today. That is a good tip. A little powder inside our shoes. I love that. That might do the trick. It just might. So God bless. I will be back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. and with our Fun Fold and our 3D project. So see you soon. Bye-bye.